Laser sights enhance and maintain your accuracy in a time of crisis, preventing tunnel vision and allowing quick target acquisition in awkward shooting positions. Crimson Trace, making laser sight standard equipment. Learn more at crimsontrace.com.
Welcome to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, where a right is always a right, not a privilege.
All right, we are with you, Tom Gresham. It is Gun Talk, and we are at the Sig Sauer Range Day. I've been talked about that. It's kind of hard to explain. It's huge. It stretches, I don't know, looks like a half a mile down this huge shooting range, Clark County shooting range in Las Vegas. It's an amazing facility. And it's kind of a combination of new products and new things and talking about the Academy and talking about all the things they're doing. It's an amazing success story, what's been happening over at SIG. And, you know, I'm joined right now by a couple of guys who can really help explain what's been happening. Obviously, we have Ron Cohen, the CEO of Sig Sauer. Ron, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and of course, Tom Taylor, who has been with us before many times, Tom, and it looks like it's going great out there. I hear big booms and bangs and things going on.
Yeah, it's first of all, the weather's been spectacular for a change. It's usually cold and windy out here, but it's been amazing. And, you know, paratroopers jumping out of the sky and doing demos and targets blowing up and targets that
you actually had people jumping out of helicopters, parachuting in here, right?
Yes, we did.
And then when they hit the ground, they start shooting.
Yeah, we had robots attacking them and terrorist robots.
That's just a good time. I don't care what is happening.
You can't make that up, right?
Well, you guys can.
Yeah, we try to make up a lot of stuff. It's been a part of the ride at SIG.
Well, one of the things you guys do is you get to hang out with some, as I said, the cool kids. You got the not internet operators, the real operators, people who've been there and done that and bring that expertise in, but then you get to say, hey, you guys go out and do something cool out here.
Yeah, when you got Kyle Lamb as your MC, and he's your MC, that's a good place to start.
That's a good way to start off, right?
Pretty much everybody in the jump, as well as we had a land vehicle roll in with other guys, and they were SIG Academy instructors, and the guys jumping were mostly special operators, led in by the vice president of Sig Sauer Academy. So it's a lot of fun to put on those kind of events to really showcase our products.
We were actually shooting video one time at the Academy and had some of your guys, your instructors, come in and do they came blowing in a Suburban, and when they came out and started shooting, you're thinking, you wouldn't have a chance. Man, those guys are good.
Yeah.
I mean, Ron, you got the best of the best there. It's an amazing program, man.
Today, especially, I'm humbled by the people I'm surrounded by. SIG has that third of its population is real operators from military units, law enforcement. It's humbling to be around them. They're so passionate, driven, committed, honest. The basic human premise is phenomenal.
Yes.
And when you start with that, good things can happen.
I don't know if it's true across the board. It wouldn't be fair for me to say this, Tom, but one of the things I find with all the instructors, people who've really, as I say, been there, done that, done a lot of interesting things, is I generally don't see a lot of ego there.
I'll let Ron set that premise a long time ago, so I'll let him talk about that.
Yeah, I think, Tom, since the beginning, I think when I came to SIG, it was important for me to take the guys that don't have their ego on display 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
All of us have an ego. We should have one.
Sure.
It's good to have one, but it can't get in the way. So our selection process at SIG is about finding the guys that their ego is in check. They're great people, and their war stories are not their mainstay all day long.
Yeah, it's not, here, let me tell you about me. It's what can I do for you as an instructor to make you better at what you do.
And, Tom, when you were in the academy, I think that was very evident. When they talk to a student, they never talk about themselves. They always present how you could be better. They never position, look how good I am. One day you could be that.
One of the things you find, and it kind of goes to exactly what you're talking about, is that they're not out there. Sometimes you'll have instructors who essentially they run a class so they can shoot and impress people. Yeah. And while your guys can all shoot, that's not why they're there. They're not saying, hey, well, let me shoot, and you guys will be all impressed and you can't shoot as well as I do. They don't do any of that stuff.
one of the nicest things I like is to talk to people that finished classes.
Right.
And they always say that. The instructor was so nice. He barely shot around to show how good he is. Right. He was focused on my skill, how to make me better.
Right.
And whatever you saw in the academy that you've been in, it's pretty typical for the rest of the company. Great population. And when you put together passion, talent, what you can get is the innovation and the quality that SIG pursues. And what you're seeing today is a typical SIG environment. SHOT Show is a wonderful venue. We are all driven by the same passion of this industry.
And you said this is your 25th SHOT Show?
This is my 25th SHOT Show.
Wow.
And, you know, you would assume that I get tired of it and it's, okay, I've done that.
Right.
Truthfully, every year I build more energy and it's more fun, especially because what we've done at SIG, I think, is build a certain momentum. And I think it's acceleration that just shocks me every time I'm in this event.
Well, you don't recognize the company now compared to 10 years ago. I mean,
you
no
just
comparison.
Can't. We're a car that keeps on accelerating and not linearly, exponentially. What's happening today at SIG is work of many years that's starting to coalesce, to come together. Great talent, and the amount of energy we spend in innovation, using today's immense changes in technology, how to drive technology in product development, in an execution of production. And we're doing it across the firearm spectrum, and I'll talk about that spectrum, but not just there. We're doing it in optics,
right,
in ammunition, silencers.
So that's the crazy part, is that you're actually, people talk about the firearms industry, but it's a lot of smaller industries. There's gun making, there's optics, there's ammo, and you've decided to get into all these different industries.
Yes, I think, he who dares wins. I think it's one of my favorite sayings. You've got to dare, and at SIG, we are big on daring and big on investing in tomorrow. We're not reaping the benefits of yesterday all day. SIG spends in engineering 3 to 5-fold what any other company in the United States does.
Well, I had people from SIG here saying we're an engineering company. That's what we are.
We're an engineering company in a wide variety of fields. We have electro-optical engineers. We have software engineers. We have mechanical. We have electro-optical. We have ballistic engineers. We've got a full spectrum. We have great horses, and we allow them to run.
That's the other part, is you tend to give them kind of wide open, parameters. You say, all right, just go, make something good. I mean, I don't even know. I would love to talk to you about how that happens. I got to take a quick break here. When we come back, I want to give you enough room on the backside to talk about how do you motivate and kind of I talk about the culture of a company. You guys have got a unique culture, I think. We're talking with Ron Cohen, Tom Taylor from Smith. Thank you. I just had a flashback for you, man, from Sig Sauer. We're at the Sig Sauer event at the SHOT Show. I'm Tom Gresham. We'll be right back.
For more than 70 years, Timney Triggers has been enhancing the shooter's experience. Whether it's a local competition, a day at the range, or even the hunt of a lifetime. Setting the standard in aftermarket triggers, Timney is now producing more than 170 models of triggers for bolt-action rifles, shotguns, AR rifles, and semi-automatic rifles. Proudly made in the USA since 1946. Find your new trigger at TimneyTriggers.com.
For 36 years, the U.S. Sportsman Alliance has been fighting to protect hunting, fishing, and trapping for sportsmen from coast to coast. Today, we are under constant attack from extremist animal rights groups who want to end your ability to hunt in the U.S. Join us to protect our sporting heritage and our way of life outdoors. To join or for more information on how you can help, go to ussportsman.org. That's ussportsman.org.
Tired of searching the web for the best deals on guns, ammunition, and gear? Download the free GunDealio app today for deals and discounts right at your fingertips. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, optics, lasers, gun safes, targets, gun cleaners, grips, slings, and much, much more. Save money on products you want from the companies you love. New deals, discounts, and rebates added daily. GunDealio, available for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Used guns can be a great value, but you have to know who you're buying from. What if you could buy quality used guns with a lifetime warranty from the Internet's largest online reseller? That's what you get at DrearyGuns.com. They stand behind every firearm purchase for life. If you have a problem, they'll either fix or replace your gun. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, and more. Check out their inventory today at DrearyGuns.com. All right, back with you. 866 Talk Gun is the magic number here, or you can call me at Tom Talk Gun. We're visiting with Ron Cohen, Tom Taylor from Sig Sauer at the SIG event. We're at the Clark County Range, this is an incredible range. I mean, you see ranges everywhere you go. This is just one of the better ranges.
As good as it gets.
It really is. I mean, if you're in Vegas, it's a public range. You can come out and shoot here. If you come to Vegas, you really ought to take it, advantage of the thing. Get away from downtown, get out here. It's beautiful. You're overlooking the city. It's a great range. Ron, during the break, you said something that was interesting. You have been at SIG for how long now?
15 years.
15 years. That's a long time in our world, our industry, for you to be CEO of a gun company.
Yeah, I think what it enables me is to build over time a great team, and the people that stay are the people that we already know how to work well together. We are long-termers. We're not looking for that magic, how to bring something to the market today. We just want to continue to push the envelope forward and to accumulate a stronger and stronger team. And that's what we're doing.
And it takes years to ramp up to things. You can't drop in and say, well, next year we're going to blow the world out. I mean, I look at what you guys have done, because when you started at SIG, SIG was almost exclusively a handgun company. Yeah. And, a few long guns, but then long guns, and then it's like, boom, what in the world did you do to this company, man?
It's that passion and drive in convincing people that they're allowed to dream and it's okay to make mistakes, and that we are focused on technology and evolution. And we're looking for something that hasn't been done. We're not looking to take something that somebody's done and just paint it in a different color or just round up a corner. Everything we do today is how to do something that nobody can do, whether it's a 365 that everybody thinks is a single column handgun and they can't figure out how can it have so many rounds in it, to a BDX,
right?
To ammunition that's softer to shoot. And part of it is because we're so wide, we have ammunition, we have optics, we have suppressors, we have air guns. So the handgun guys can talk to the ammo guys in the same company and say, in a smaller gun, we need something softer. But we don't want to lose the horsepower. We want the velocity. Right. We want the stopping power. So how do you do that?
Right.
What do you sacrifice? The answer is we're willing to sacrifice nothing. We want you to give us ammo that will have less flip.
Right.
And actually have the same stopping power. Initially, it sounds like it can't be done.
I was going to say, it sounds like it's impossible.
It's impossible.
That's where 365 ammo came from. It came from that idea.
Yeah. Really? So you have the 365 ammo that was designed for that.
It was designed by the guys on the gun side.
Really?
And they're telling the ammo guys, that's what we want.
Holy cow.
And the same applies to the optics. The people in the optics side are optic engineers. The optic people there,
right.
They love optics.
Okay.
We bring the gun guys and we tell them, look, this is nice, but that's not what we want. We want it to do A, B, C, D.
Yeah, shooters need this.
Shooters need this. Whatever restrictions you have on your optic world, that's your problem. We need this.
I don't want to hear it, right? Just make it, right?
And initially the answer is it can't be done.
Okay.
But because we're so entrenched into nothing can stop us and nothing is impossible. So ultimately you get products like the Romeos that are really evolutionary. You get the BDX that blows it out of the water. That's why the U.S. Army now carries Romeos and carries Tango 6s, our scopes. And that's why SOCOM takes it. And that's why our ammunition is considered the best soft shooting ammo for small handguns.
You know, one of the things that occurs to me, and I've talked to a lot of people who work at SIG, they all seem to like where they work, and that's unusual. How do you do that?
You know, it's like, how do you make a good burger? You start with the best meat possible. So I think in that example is we are very selective who we bring to the company. And as you said, it's ego. Take the ego out of the equation.
Right.
Take people that are driven and passionate and know how to work in a team. The military and law enforcement part really helps because these people come driven. And you know, when you have a good apple, it helps the other apples. When you have Magic or Jordan or LeBron, they make everybody else better.
Right.
And I think that's what tends to happen. We get great guys. They help the other guys go up. And we nurture the environment of we got to move forward. We got to do something unique.
Where do you guys go for your ideas? Because you have all these cool new ideas.
From within, from our people. They're users. Our people are users. Our people interface with clients all over the world. SIG is singular in the sense that it operates worldwide. Most of the U.S.-based companies are focused in the U.S. and only serve the U.S. marketplaces. We serve 91 countries last year.
Wow.
So our people travel a lot. And the other part is SIG is extremely, I'd say, active in the defense world.
Right.
So we have law enforcement. We have U.S. federal and military.
Right.
We have international, federal, and law enforcement, and we have, of course, the civilian sector.
Right.
So there's a tremendous kind of, I'd say, communication between the various elements that support innovation.
Now, I know that you guys crystal ball things. You kind of look at trends and all. Within the civilian side, the self-defense side, as you look down the road 2, 3, 5 years, what are you seeing happening? What are you seeing any trends develop right now that are interesting?
Well, that's usually the $1 million question. I think the concealed carry movement is not a fad.
That's going to continue.
It's going to continue. So then the question is, how can you enhance it? How can it be better? So because we have an academy, we learn a lot.
Right.
The academy teaches us that it's very easy to go buy a handgun, and people tend to think of a small handgun, it's just, I need to have something.
Right.
I don't think people spend enough time to learn how to shoot, and that's a problem.
Yep.
And when you're under pressure, hitting something is very, very difficult. What we're trying to do is focus on the education, and we think that optics on handguns is the thing that will change the next 5 to 10 years of the firearms. When you shoot a 320, one of our pistols that the U.S. Army now has, with a red dot, I could take my kids, and historically, for the fun, we'd shoot at 10, 15 yards.
Right.
Today, we shoot at 25 and 50.
Well, to your point, when you start to teach somebody to shoot a handgun, I got front sight, I got rear sight, I got target. And when you go with a red dot sight, it's just everybody understands. You put the dot on the target.
Tom, I'm 57. I don't see too well the front sight.
Yeah, where'd it go?
So, yes, 5 years ago, I started to switch to a green, maybe an orange front. But I can't find the sights. My eyes don't catch it.
I understand.
So now, instead of putting reading glasses when you shoot, what we do is you put the red dot. I think once the public believes that it's durable enough, that will then we have something.
Think about where we were 12, 15 years ago when you went to the range with your AR. The AR market was exploding.
Right.
You had open sights. Some of the battle sights on the optic were the coolest thing you could get. And then we went to red dots, and now nobody goes to the range without a red dot. We think that trend at some point will be the same for handguns.
And the military experience has to play into that because they're putting optics on their handguns.
Since we have won the U.S. Army contract for the pistol, for the 320 M17, and since the other adoption of the other branches, what we see is that the next trend in the U.S. military is adoption of optics. Once you adopt optic, the hit ratio dramatically changes, and timeline to hit first shot.
And shots under stress.
Under stress. I'm always talking about under stress.
Right. Yeah.
The hit ratio under stress and time between engagement, it gets closer.
Mm-hmm.
It dramatically changes the battlefield. Law enforcement. Mm-hmm. Since SIG is very prominent in law enforcement,
right.
What we're seeing more and more, they're coming to us. We want optic ready because we want to put optic. We're just nervous that maybe it's not good enough.
Okay, so they're still worried about how rugged is it? Is it going to hold up?
And what SIG is, because we have the handgun and the optic, we're showing them, look, we stand behind the product. And it's constantly getting better, and we're there with you. Law enforcement is in the next 5-10 years, just like the military, adopting optics. You'll see cops in a much better position than they were without it.
Well, I mean, for all of us, we want to make hits that we don't want to hit the wrong thing. We don't want to miss anything in a self-defense situation. Same with a police shooting. They want to hit the person that they have to hit and not hit anybody else.
Yeah. We've seen police departments that are telling us they're having to change their qualification scores when they add red dot optics because it becomes easier, so they have to make their qualification scores higher.
Ooh, really?
You don't have to fake it anymore.
That is incredible. Guys, I got 1 minute left, so I just want to say, if you had one message for people about where SIG is and where it's going, what would you tell them?
SIG is on an acceleration slope of developing constantly newer product that you don't believe can happen. And in every facet of the business, in the rifle side, the pistol, the optic, the ammo, and trying to connect all the products so they work harmoniously together.
It's fabulous. Ron Cohen, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Tom, always a pleasure to have you guys here. Great story, great insight to what's going on in the company, and I love the information to share with everybody. Wonderful job, and thanks for having us here.
Thank you for having
us, Tom.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Great time here. All right, 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. I'm Tom Gresham, and we're at the Sig Sauer Range. If you've got a question, we're open lines for the next several minutes. If you'd like to join us, by all means do. Just give me a holler. Call me at Tom Talk Gun. Gun Talk will be right back.
This is Milo Lardbottom, Junior Under Assistant Deputy to the Assistant Director of Deputy Affairs for the Department of Homeland Security, with a special message for listeners of Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. We know who you are. We know where you are. You're right by your radio. We have special cameras that can see into your radio. I have a special monitor built into my aluminum foil helmet. We are watching you, so don't try anything funny, Buster.
All right, we're back with you. Tom Gresham here. 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. Rick has called in on line 3 out of New Hampshire. Hey, Rick, you're on Gun Talk. What's up?
Hey, Tom. Hey, I just wanted to let you know I kind of got addicted to building an AR-15 earlier. Well, at the end of last year, my girlfriend's son had mentioned about getting a lower, and I said, yeah, sure. And I wasn't going to do anything with it. But then I said, I think it'd be kind of fun. And so bought all the parts for it, and it was really cool.
Well, how did you go about the process? Did you have a friend help you? Did you go online? How did you learn how to do it?
Kind of a combination. He had built one a long time ago, and so he had some experience. And I got some YouTube videos, too, which helped. Now, I'll be honest, I kind of cheated a little bit. I bought the upper already built with the gas block. I didn't really want to deal with that part.
Right.
So we built the lower.
That makes sense to me. I like that approach. So did you get it in 5.56?
Yep. And then I kind of got addicted and decided to build a pistol as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what'd you build?
It's a 5.56, 10.5-inch barrel with a SBA 3. I can't think of what it's called. The arm brace.
Oh, yeah, the stabilizer brace. Yeah.
Yeah, the stabilizer brace. Unfortunately, the weather up here in New Hampshire, as you probably have heard, hasn't been very conducive, so I haven't been able to take them out.
Yeah, not a lot of range time for you right now.
Yeah, not really, and I don't think for a little bit. We got about 18 inches here, so.
Okay, so I have a project for you. Since you can't get out to the range, you know what you can do?
What's
build
that?
Build more ARs.
Yeah, you know what? And I've already bought a third lower. I'm trying to think of what to do with that one. And one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just going to say the other thing is I've been a traditionalist. I was big into guns back in the 80s and the early 90s before optics, so I've been kind of anti-optics. But I bought for the rifle, I bought a Reflex Sight. I've been kind of playing around with it, and I got to say that is really cool. I'm now starting to really see the love of optics.
You know, it is interesting. For those of us who, most of us started off with iron sights. And you go, yeah, I really don't need that. And then you start using them. And I'm with you. I think a Reflex, basically a zero magnification red dot type sight. On an AR, people go, yeah, well, how far can you shoot? Don't worry about it. Just put it on there and go have fun. It makes it so easy to shoot. It's like the easiest thing in the world. Dot on target, bullet goes to the target. It's easy. I mean, and it's faster, and it's so intuitive that it increases the shooting experience, I think.
Exactly. And my old eyes, as you were talking about in the show earlier today, my old eyes need help now.
Well, it's true, and especially with handguns, but certainly with long guns as well, you just can do it better. And I will tell you, you may want to explore, it's an interesting thought, for your next AR, you may want to build one up with the plan of putting a scope, an actual, maybe a low-power variable, a 1 to 5, 2 to 6 kind of variable on there. And on low power, you keep both eyes open, you shoot it kind of like a red dot sight, and then you have the ability to crank it up when you want to shoot either farther, or if you just want to shoot for precision, even at 100 yards and trying to shoot small groups, that's where the scope really comes in.
I may end up trying that. It's a good idea.
I was going to suggest for your next one, have you considered going to a 300 Blackout?
I have, and I've got to look at the ballistics. I'm not really familiar with it, but I understand that it's quite a nice round.
It really is, especially, and I'm not sure if you can have it there, but if you can get a suppressor, now it becomes really cool because you can use the subsonic ammo, and it's a pretty sweet rig.
Oh, yeah. The nice thing, New Hampshire, we don't have any really any restrictions on that. It's just the federal laws. There's no real restriction at the state level. So thankfully,
perfect.
So I may look into that.
Yeah. If you can do that, and you got to pay the $200 tax, and you're going to have to wait a few months for the paperwork to go through. But once you get your suppressor, my prediction is that you're going to want to shoot that more than anything else, just because it's so pleasant to shoot. Well, that is terrific.
Cool.
That is a wonderful range report. I'm trying to think of anything. The only other thing I would say that you might want to consider with the ones that you've already built, and I don't know which trigger you put in, but that becomes one of the better upgrade options if you want to tinker around with putting in, and we use the Timney triggers, which we like a lot, but going to a little better quality trigger can really make a difference in the shooting experience.
I'll have to look into that as well. Yeah, these have just mil-spec triggers in them right now.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be amazed at how much difference it makes going to that. Yeah, give the folks, take a look at the Timney triggers. I think you're going to like what they have. They have a lot of different options for you. Hey, congratulations, Rick, and welcome to the world of ARs.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
All righty. Listen, you take care. Thanks for the call. 866-TALK-GUN. Hey, Paul, don't go anywhere. We're going to get to you as soon as we come back, but we do have extra room. If you'd like to join us, tell me what you're building, what you're shooting, and who you've taken to the range recently. I'll be right back.
Your everyday carry advantage. The new M&P Shield M2.0 pistol from Smith & Wesson has the enhancements of the M2.0 line with aggressive grip texture and a crisp and lighter trigger pull. Extremely thin and lightweight, you can carry it all day. Also available with an integrated crimson trace laser in 9 or 40. The M&P Shield M2.0. Visit smith-wesson.com.
This land, once wild and free, fades now from our memory. But I remember what it was like, what we were like, what we are capable of when we band together. Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. These natural wonders are where waterfowl begin their cycle of life, where the deer and the antelope play, and where we, the people, gather together to see and share what makes the outdoors so great. The time is now to band together with organizations like Ducks Unlimited. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
And we are back, still talking about guns, because nobody can make us stop. I'm Tom Gresham. Give me a holler, 866-TALK-GUN. We'll talk about guns. Paul did that. He's in Raleigh, North Dakota. Or, North Dakota, I guess. Hey, Paul.
How you doing today?
I'm good. Are you in North Dakota?
Yeah, I'm in Raleigh, North Dakota.
Raleigh, okay, cool. What's the temp up there these days?
Let's see. Well, this morning was 29 below. Right now
Holy
it's about
cow.
6 below zero, I think so, yep.
So not a lot of outdoor shooting right now?
No, sir, not a whole lot of outdoor shooting. We do have an indoor shooting range in our small town, which is a pretty excellent place to go. 50 feet range, and that's about where we all go. We can't go anywhere else.
Yeah, no kidding. That's great. All right, I'm sorry. I kind of jumped in the middle of it. I know you didn't call to talk about the weather, but I just had to ask.
No, that's totally okay. I mean, we're basically Southern Canadians. We live 10 miles from Canada, so it's appropriate to talk about cold weather.
I guess so. So talk to me about new guns.
So yeah, I actually I'm like 47 years old, and I had guns years ago, and I've had a rifle for years, but I just kind of decided to get back and get into concealed carry. I actually got a permit a year ago, but hadn't been able to afford a gun until the summer or until Christmas time. My family paid for it. I have a Ruger Security 9 with Meridian sights. Yeah, yep. And so it's been pretty incredible getting into that. And my daughter bought, in fact, it was from your radio show. We don't have a station that plays your show up here, so I have to listen online mostly. But she got a Smith & Wesson Shield, Easy Shield, and she's 21, and so she's just getting into the handgun thing as well. So,
well, that's very interesting. Now, is the plan for her to conceal carry, or what's she going to do?
Yeah, she's very interested in getting concealed carry. We're hoping to do I have a Minnesota concealed carry, which works here, but we're both planning on getting a North Dakota concealed carry, hopefully sometime this spring, and go through the process here.
So she decided to get the Shield EZ by hearing all about it on Gun Talk Radio.
I heard about it, and then I said,
you heard about
this sounds like something. I did, and then we went to a local sporting goods store, and we went in there, and I said, hey, you should spend some time talking to the gun folks and figure out which ones you like, and I said you might want to check out this Shield EZ. I heard it was pretty good, and then I walked away. And then when I came back, she said, yeah, that's the one I want to get. So,
good man. Okay. Have you guys had a chance to shoot your guns together?
Yeah, we have quite a bit. It's been a lot of fun. I finally got my gun on Christmas Day, and of course we had to go shooting, and I took my hopefully future son-in-law with me, and that was fun. But I've shot at my gun probably 700 rounds in the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
good.
It's been a lot of fun. Yeah. One problem with it, we had the spring. The spring broke. Well, it's coming apart on it. But I called Ruger, and they sent me a new one, and there was no issue. So great customer service.
Let me ask you, have you tried her Shield EZ?
I have, yes.
What did you think?
It's a pretty nice gun, really fun to shoot. It's a little too small for me, but it's a lot of fun, easy to shoot. Pretty accurate gun, and it's just a blast. The only thing I is problematic with it is I'm a pastor who don't have a lot of money, and so ammo is expensive for the 380.
Isn't it weird how the 380 is less powerful than the 9, but it's more expensive?
It is. Yeah, I mean, right now in North Dakota, you can go to Walmart. You can get Remington, the UMC Remington 115 grain 9mm for $7.98 a box.
Right.
But the 380 is like $15.
I'm just going to say it's almost twice as expensive. So, there is that. And people sometimes ask, well, why did you end up with the 9? Because I've got pistols of all types. I said, honestly, it's half the price of 45 ammo, or close to half the price, and which allows you to shoot more. And that's really what it's about. I could shoot a whole lot more with the 9.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, that was the biggest thing. I mean, originally I was looking at a surplus weapon. The surplus wasn't from a Spanish 9mm. I ended up getting the Ruger. But when I was looking at rounds, I mean, when I did my concealed carry, the guy who did the class with me had a 45, Kimber 45. I'm like, I like that. But then I started looking at the cost of the gun and the cost of the ammo. I was like, I just couldn't afford it. And and so the 9mm, like I could shoot on a regular basis and be within budget. And hopefully it'll be good for me to shoot. So yeah, I'm actually a chaplain I'm also a chaplain in the Army. So I'm one of the only Army folks that you can't touch a weapon, and so it's one of the things I always have a hard time when we go to the range. All my guys were shooting, and I had to sit back and just watch them. And
well, congratulations on your new guns, you and your daughter.
Thank you. It's a great thing, and we really appreciate you and your show and listening to it. So.
Well, thank you. Spread the word, and keep shooting. And if you have to, maybe you end up, you know how it is. You're going to end up with more than one gun anyway, so you may end up getting her into a 9 as well. But look, thank you so much for the call. I really appreciate that, Paul. Isn't that great? He and his daughter are out shooting together. She's 21, going to get her carry permit. He has his. There's really been this change. And look, I grew up shooting 357s and 45 ACPs and 1911s and love them. I mean, I love them. Love 1911s. Love 45. But I've kind of gotten where I've ended up with the 9 for a number of reasons. As a protection gun, as a carry gun, it has more rounds in it. We know now from the stats, all the information's in, that if you're using good ammo, therein lies the issue, that there's really no difference in terms of stopping an attacker between a 940 and a 45, or honestly, even probably a 380. So with the 9, I get more ammo. With the 9, I can shoot more ammo cheaper for practice ammo, and it's just as effective. And your gun may be a little bit smaller, and it's certainly going to have a little bit less recoil. If you haven't shot by the way, if you like 1911, shoot a 9mm 1911. It's one of the sweetest things in the world. They're just fabulous. But yeah, I've kind of settled on the 9 as my go-to everything, unless it's a revolver, or well, unless it's a 10. I know, I still have this 10mm reflection. I can't get over it. Hey, we may have some news about 10s to be able to bring you later in the week. I'm hoping that we'll hear some reports. We'll be giving you more reports from the SHOT Show throughout the week. Check out our YouTube page and our Facebook page for Gun Talk Media. Hey, I'm Tom Gresham. We'll be right back. All right, back with you here. Our buddy KJ, Kevin Jarnagin, has just joined us. You've been outside at the SIG event with your head just exploding with guns going off everywhere, man.
My head is absolutely ringing. Guys are shooting short barrel, that little copperhead gun they've got. They're shooting that MCX Rattler that's, a 8-inch barrel 5.56, and you're under that one roof, man, and it's going to ring your head.
You said there's some cool stuff out there. You like the Legion series.
The Legion series really has impressed me, and one of their triggers that they have, I believe it's on the 226, is absolutely unbelievable. It's a flat face trigger,
right,
which we were just talking about it, and we absolutely love those, and you can't feel the reset, and the reset is so short on it.
So you can shoot quickly.
Or you can shoot quick, and you can get on target quick.
Yep. Now, they're going to be doing a thing out here in, I guess, just a few minutes. They're going to be just trying to set some world records, right?
Yes, and they've got it set up. And so just picture, our popular Palooza
that we did here,
video that we did.
Right.
What happens is they've got all these targets, and it's all these steel targets real tight together. And we've got Max Michel, Daniel Horner, and Lena Michalik.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, and they're going to run it 3 times. So
Okay.
they're going to run it 3 times and take the fastest time. But 42 targets, 42 steel targets there, and they're going to basically say, go, and they're going to mow them down.
Are you guys going to shoot a little quickie video?
Yeah, we're going to shoot some video, and that's one of the things that we're going to run into some of our Ryan is, I think, going to go live on it.
Okay.
So he'll be running live on Facebook.
On the Gun Talk Facebook here in just a minute.
So he'll run live on that. Then we'll have a video. Just in case you missed the live, we'll also roll it into some of our live broadcasts this week.
Take 30 seconds and tell them what we're doing with the video at the SHOT Show.
So we give our listeners and viewers a glimpse behind the curtain, kind of, and a glimpse of what it's like to attend the SHOT Show on all our social outlets. So if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook or our YouTube page, jump in there, because we're going to go live. It's almost every single hour
during
of the
SHOT Show.
During SHOT Show. I mean, so you go on social, follow us on Facebook, ring the bell on YouTube so it'll alert you when we go live.
That way you get an alert, and you can click on it and go, they're live right now. And you can ask questions real time.
Yes, you can ask questions. I think that's one thing that a lot of our viewers miss, is that while they've got the guys on, it's a lot like the show here today.
Yeah, when Sig's on, when Smith & Wesson's on, when somebody's on, you can ask them a question right now, and they'll answer it live on the video.
About anything. It can be about an old product. Are you having,
why don't you bring back the whatever it is?
Yeah, exactly. Because they don't hear enough of that at SHOT Show.
Right,
Never hear enough of that.
But yeah, we're going to do that, and that's going to start on Tuesday. So Tuesday through Friday of this week, we'll be doing tons of live video from SHOT Show.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of great guests lined up. I know you're going to be spending a little time with Chris Peranto.
Right.
And that's going to be a really cool interview. Most Benghazi hero. That's going to be on Tuesday at 2:30. But we've got a schedule out. You guys can go look at the schedule, see what it's about.
Is it on the Gun Talk website?
It's on the Gun Talk website.
GunTalk.com.
Yep, you can go look at our schedule and ask questions. We love to hear. And if you want to see something at this show,
let us know, and we'll run out and grab somebody and snag them and bring them back in.
Absolutely. If you can go out and you say, man, I really want to see an off-the-wall company that you heard of. I actually had a guy say Apex shotgun ammo. He wants to hear some more about that, and so I'll go check that out for you.
We'll let them know. KJ, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime.
And KJ's going to be roaming the floors, as will I, as will our entire Gun Talk team. We're going to be at the SHOT Show here at Las Vegas. It is pretty cool. It's an interesting place. If you ever get a chance to make it, if you got a friend in the business who could get you in, you want to do that. It's something else. In the meantime, remember this whole idea of taking somebody else out there, kind of a +1 deal. When you go to the range, take a friend, invite somebody guarantee you they'll say yes. I guarantee you. Say, hey, you want to come shoot with me? They'll go, yeah. Now you're doing something for the Second Amendment, and you're having fun, and you're putting some excitement back into it, and maybe bringing somebody back into the shooting sports. In the meantime, be safe out there. Watch those public ranges. Always check your 6. We'll see you next week.